Hi everyone, my name is Maharani Rahma Maulida. This video is for my midterm assignment in the Basic Phonetics and Phonology class taught by Miss Anisah Nurjana SSM PUM. I'm still learning in English pronunciation and I'm not perfect, but that's totally okay. Let's learn together and have fun. Anyway, I would like to talk about 10 common mispronounced English words. I hope this video helps you. So, let's start with the first word, which is... A lot of people might say it like question or even try to say it like question, but that's not how native speakers usually say it. The correct pronunciation is question. Question. Now let's break it down. So, question has two syllables. The first syllable is the word stress, which is quest. 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 The second syllable is chen. So, question. Let's move to the second word. Sometimes people accidentally stress the wrong part and say something like even. Even. But that's not how native speakers usually say it. The correct pronunciation is event. Event. Or you can say it like event. Event. So, event has two syllables. The first syllable is e and the second syllable is ven, which is the second syllable is the word stress. So, you can say it like event. Event. The third word is... A lot of people try to pronounce every syllable and say something like vegetable. Vegetable. With 4 syllables. But in natural English, that's not how it's usually said. The correct pronunciation is vegetable. Vegetable. Vegetable only has 3 syllables. Vegetable. So the word stress is in the first syllables, which is vegetable. The next word is this. A common mistake people is trying to pronounce the H sound like hour or hour, but that's actually not the right way to say it. The correct pronunciation is hour. Hour. And now let's talk about the word, which means dry land, like a sandy area with very little rain. This word is often mispronounced because it looks similar to another word, dessert, the sweet food you eat after a meal. But they are totally different. The correct pronunciation is dessert. Dessert. It has 2 syllables. The first syllable is des and earth, with the stress on the first syllables. So you say desert. Desert, not dessert. A lot of people get this wrong, accidentally stress the second syllables, making sounds like dessert. Just remember, if you're talking about a hot and dry place like the Sahara, it's desert. Let's look at the word. The correct pronunciation is fuel. Fuel. It technically has 2 syllables, fuel. But in fast or casual speech, it's often said just like 1 syllable. Let's break down the word. So this word has 3 syllables. Paradigm. Paradigm. So the common mistakes, like people say it like paradigm or paradigm. So the correct pronunciation is paradigm. Paradigm. Let's take a look at the word. So a common mistake is when people say develop and they put the word stress at the first syllables, develop. Develop. So the correct pronunciation is develop. Develop. Okay, the next word. One of the most common mistakes is putting the stress on the first syllables, like saying determine or determined. However, this is not correct. The correct way to pronounce the word is determined, determined, with the stress on the second syllables, and the first part, the sound like the beginning of the word dinner, and the last part, min, sounds like man but with a softer e. So, determined, determined. And the last word is so. People usually say it like cocoa, cocoa. So a common mistake is trying to pronounce the A at the end too strong. So the correct pronunciation is cocoa, cocoa. So those are 10 commonly mispronounced English words. Keep practicing your pronunciation and don't forget to listen carefully when native speakers say the words. It's okay if your pronunciation isn't perfect yet because I'm still learning too. The more you hear and use the language, the more natural your pronunciation will become. Thank you for watching.